Most people are going to tell you that Rook is actually a safety net. And you can actually utilize Rook as a lot more than just a safety net. I mean, look what I just did to these boys right here. I mean, how do we end up here? And look at that. That run ends up being 20K. 20K as a Rook. So a little interesting side note here too. I am actually playing on controller. I haven't played on controller since Halo Infinite early days. This was probably, I don't know. When did that game come out? You guys do the math for me. Probably 6 or 7 years ago. I have actually, I bought a G7 8K the other day on Amazon for $60 because it was a Prime deal day. And honestly, I've been using it to do my warm up. I don't know. I think it's kind of reverse psychology or something. I have no idea what's happening here, but I feel like warming up on controller makes me infinitely better on mouse and keyboard. I feel just like infinitely more confident in my movement. But what we're going to take out of this video today is actually utilizing Rook for learning purposes. You can make free mistakes. You can load in with a totally free kit, nothing attached to it, and you can literally just run into any single map that you want and just learn. And that's the idea that I want you to take away from this video. Rook is a learning experience, and that learning experience is actually going to compound slowly over, the course of hundreds of runs. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you don't even think about this stuff. It's just second nature to you. You just make these decisions. And guess what? Before you know it, you're coming out on top. You're not sitting here wondering why you keep dying because you already spent so much time dying on Rook that you're over it. I mean, that's what it comes down to, boys. Just a little bit of confidence goes such a long way in Marathon. And that's what I'm trying to bring to you guys. A little positive energy, bring your confidence out a little bit, and learn from the dead. If you know, you know. We just need to view every single death as a learning experience. For example, I'm on Rook right now, and I'm trying to 1v3 with a V11 punch standing in the wide open. Guess what? I learned that I probably shouldn't do that. And you guys probably learned that you shouldn't do that as well. I know those guys were only on a gray kit, but I almost wiped all 3 of them. And I mean, there's nothing really to loot there, but it's also nothing to scoff at. Like, that taught me a valuable lesson. That taught me quite a bit about actually learning how to shoot the V11 punch on a controller. And again, I just use these as warm-up runs. I have no interest in actually switching over to the controller, but it's just been like a little fun change of pace to warm up. And I mean, if you have a controller laying around, you should plug it in and just kind of see what it's about, because it's actually kind of entertaining. The auto aim is a lot heavier than I actually thought it would be. You'll notice it immediately when you ADS and you are kind of on top of somebody. It just kind of latches on. It's pretty funny. And I'm not saying that to hate on anybody. I appreciate my controller gamers and mouse and keyboard gamers. It's all love, baby.
Runners who adapt, survive. Runners who survive, return. If you're still receiving these transmissions, join the faction. Learn from the dead. Find us.
So funny enough, that was actually my first run of the day, the one that I had just showcased, fighting that 1v3. This is my second run of the day. Again, I'm warming up on controller. I'm slowly making my way into Pinwheel. And I like to, myself, I like to play Pinwheel a lot because I'm mostly a solo player. You guys are probably well aware of that at this point, but I am starting to venture off into cryo. We're going to start making some cryo content soon, so stay tuned. Especially when that PV comes out. You're going to see your boy in there. But regardless, we're coming into Pinwheel, and I just want to show you guys what you should be doing essentially to allow yourself to learn as Rook, and also to kind of snowball a run for you. You'll notice that I'm immediately running over to the weapon locker because I know that I have to get something a little bit more hefty than this punch. Or do I? I mean, the 11 punch is the GOAT, is it not? I think we're going to see a little bit of action later on that might prove that. But I rotate over here to this left side because I know that there's guys on the other side because I heard gunshots over there. So essentially what I'm trying to do, as I mentioned previously, is I'm trying to gain, get a little bit of loot, get something that can actually level the playing field for me, because I know that we're queuing in as a trio or into trios, and we're eventually going to end up fighting a trio more than likely because, people are pretty slow when it comes to trios and looting Pinwheel. So more often than not, when you're coming in here, you're going to fight. So take that as you will. I mean, if you want to use this as solely as a safety net and just like a recovering option and a more chill gameplay mode to kind of, get your vault up a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more, there's going to be more friction than you would initially anticipate. So just keep that in mind. But for me specifically, I use it as strictly warm up and just learning purposes. So we're coming in here. We are going to literally, we're coming in here with the idea to fight and to try to kill players. And you'll see that I'm sitting here just kind of crouched underneath because I heard these guys heading over because they missed the actual, the pad to open up the command wing. So they're headed over, they hit the pad, and then they rotate back out, and I just kind of chill. Now I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to try to loot the strongbox just to see if I can get a couple of goodies, because it doesn't seem like they've really gone through and done a whole lot of very good looting. So I'm just trying to snag some, you know, some wins where I can. But I think the biggest thing that people just don't really understand about this game is that literally every single death is a learning experience. I am going to preach that in most of my videos because it is the honest truth. Most people are just afraid of dying in games, and that's why they don't stick with marathon or extraction shooters in general. I mean, people don't like to lose things. I mean, it's human psychology. I get it. But also, at the same time, it makes the game incredibly rewarding and fun if you can get over that hump. And I want to help you guys get over that hump because I want more people to actually experience marathon for, you know, truly the beautiful game that it is. With that said, we are currently building an amazing community on my Discord. I like to call it the faction, the Cilua faction, but if you are struggling to find a home for yourself and you're struggling to find people to play with, I encourage you to join the Discord. Everybody is so welcoming, so enjoyable to play with, and so fun to talk to. We're looking forward to having like a marathon lore night. If that interests you, hop in and start discussing with people that have similar interests with you. This has been an absolute dream of mine, and I'm loving this part of the channel. Building this community out with everybody has been such an enlightening experience. I appreciate everybody. You know, at this point in the raid, we're kind of getting a little bit of decent loot. You know, I got a KKV, I've got a blue V11 punch. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about the stuff that I've got, except for the fact that I'm still on controller. What am I doing on controller? I'm a mouse and keyboard player. I have been for years and years and years. What am I doing? Oh, you know what? I'm trying to learn. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. And funny enough, like I said, using Rook as this, you know, this playground to allow me to experiment and learn has been such an amazing experience. Like, I used to use Rook just to literally come in here as a safety net and just try to get my credits up and my vault up. But now I'm just like coming in because like, I just want to get better at the game and I want you guys to get better at the game. And what better way to utilize Rook to do that? Because right now, especially because like he's been kind of nerfed, right? I mean, we're starting off with a pistol, which is okay. We're starting off with a V11 punch, but we used to get a waster. And now that thing's awful. So even if we do get the waster, we don't even really care about it. But it gives us an opportunity to, you know, play at a disadvantage, which we can then utilize in our actual matches where we're bringing in, you know, good gear. I feel like it's almost like, you know, when you're sick versus when you're healthy, like the contrast, it's pretty eye-opening. Like when you get to a certain point, like you're like, wow, this is what it feels like to play with actual gear. And, you know, much like, oh, when you're sick and you get healthy, you're like, wow, it feels incredible to be healthy. I hope you guys actually understand that analogy. It's kind of bad. I'm sorry. So I actually come over here and what is going on? How am I over here under this? And there's people above me shooting. Like, how did that happen? How did I get over here and they got over here? Were they literally sitting here the entire time watching me walk through those, you know, the UESC? Like, what is going on here? So if this, you know, I'm like, all right, let's make a move. They're fighting. They spawned the, you know, the hat container. I'm going to get my booty in there. I'm a Rook. I'm feeling good. I got a V11 punch. Let's do this. All right. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, what's this guy doing? Oh, broke his shields. All right, let's come up here. Ooh, there's another guy. Ooh, these guys both no shields. You guys remember what happened here, right? Here we go. Here we go. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Oh, they dead, baby. They dead. And you guys got to keep in mind, I'm on a controller. Like, this is my second day playing controller. I'm freaking out right now. There's another guy. Okay, well, he's dead too. I just killed a trio as a Rook on a controller day 2. Yes, please. Give me all that fat loot. What did we learn today? We learned that experimenting, even putting ourselves out of the comfort zone, can be rewarding. What do you guys think about that? And I mean that in the most sincere way possible. Like, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, well, I can't do that. Well, guess what? Yeah, you can. I'm telling you that you can do it. Just because I might be a little bit better than you, or even worse, that doesn't mean that you can't do what I just did. Now, the difference between you and I probably is the fact that I am crazy about actually improving in a lot of the things that I do, especially video games. I've always been, extremely motivated to become better at games, mostly because I thoroughly enjoy them. And that's what I enjoy in life, is just getting better at the things that I do and the things that I'm passionate about. And I know a lot of you guys are the same way, but you might not know how to do it. Well, use Rook. Rook is a perfect opportunity to do that for yourself. You're literally giving up absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can come in here risk-free, do whatever the heck you want, and essentially just learn. Learn. If you want to get better at Marathon or any game in general, all you have to do is learn. I know it sounds silly and cliche, but that's literally what you have to do. And I want you guys to know that I believe in you. Like, you absolutely have what it takes, even with a different play style. If you like to play slower, if you like to rat, do it, man. Don't let anybody tell you how you can and can't play the game. If you want to play assassin, play assassin. Don't let Marshy tell you that you can't play assassin. I love you, Marshy. Somebody once told me that I was the marathon therapist, and I kind of like that. I want to bring that back. And that's kind of like the vibe that I'm trying to bring to my community as well. It's like, I just want positivity. I want everybody to enjoy the same things. And if you feel that in your bones, join the Discord again, because people there truly want to help. They want to help everybody get better. They want to play with you. Like, I went from, soloing to playing trios pretty darn often because of this Discord. It's truly a great experience. All right, enough glazing up the community. Let's get back to it. Now I'm running around with a bully and a Burt. Like, I start off with a V11 punch. I have a blue shield. I have a blue backpack. I have purple cores. I have blue implants and a purple implant. And I'm rocking, 20K in raw credits. Like, and I learned so much. I learned that I can actually 1v3 with a controller, which I didn't think I could do. So that was cool. So here I come out, and I want to actually finish this container, because they started this hat container, and I'm like, all right, well, I can probably assume that there's nobody going to be here. There's 2 minutes, 17 seconds left, but I was wrong. There is actually, I'm going to assume it's probably a Rook, because you're going to notice here that I'm like, I hear something, and I'm like, I don't know about this. And given the fact that I just 1v3'd a team, I think I'm just going to cut my losses, and I'm just going to get out, because we like to take W's around here. And also, don't be too greedy with your runs. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, these guys are shooting. Don't be too greedy with your runs. And what I mean by that is, it's better to survive and extract with, 5K than it is to die with 7K. And I know that seems like such a silly concept, but a lot of people just don't understand that. They try to push their limits. They try to get a little bit too greedy, and it ends up costing them. And I'm telling you not to do that. Just stick with what you're comfortable with, take your wins, bow out. There's nothing wrong with it. The remainder of this match, though, is me just kind of being a little bit paranoid about, what's around the corner. We have 1:05 seconds left here. So I know I have a red card, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to risk this anymore. I am just going to head out of here. So I activate the elevator. I'm going to hop my booty down, and we're going to head over to flight control, where we're going to activate the red keycard extract on top of flight control. Normally, I would probably just wait until the minute ends and then just hit the normal extract. But for this specifically, I didn't want to risk anything, because I knew that there was going to be a Rook at the end. Or it could have been a player. I don't really know. Either way, no interest in risking what I've just got. Going to activate this TAD here just to be safe, But there's a lot of lessons that we can take out of the run. And I want you guys to start focusing on the lessons that you can take out of the run, as opposed to focusing on the actual death itself. The death is a learning experience. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Again, I would love to have you in my Discord. We are building a great community where everybody wants to thrive on Tau Ceti. See you on the next one, runners.